For those who are stuck in Matic or looking to get in, I don't think you have too much to worry about. Okay, it's been massively underperforming recently, and a lot of people giving it a bad rap, but actually I don't think it's such a bad thing after all. Looking at this now, what we see is that we're stuck in and generally above a support resistance range. Okay, this blue box territory anywhere from below or above 1.84 cent and 2 cent. Okay, I've seen this before at a lower level, roughly, where we had our massive parabolic top here, and we consolidated and then reaccumulated around this level. Now back here we didn't have the tools to look at because the chart was so new, and we were going generally on a 4-hourly. But what we did see is that there was when it actually became apparent that we were looking at a bull move. It did launch, and we kind of spotted this and we got in on it. Now we're in a better scenario with Matic at the moment because we're above most of these moving averages that count. Being above the 200 exponential is a big deal. We are above that. We're being supported on the 100 simple, which is still quite good, but we're below some of the lower time frame ones. Now breaking above this here and being above this green 50 is all it really needs to do to confirm that there'll be some form of continuation for this coin. Right, we've had some nasty rejections here, and the satoshis have been drained massively because it's been stagnant. It's not moved at all. It's been still and it's gone sideways. Sideways movement isn't a bad thing, right? Sideways movement can lead to big moves after all, because you could call it reaccumulation, you could call it redistribution, and there's only one way to find out when you see the big move take place. But this is an okay place for Matic to be. Okay, it's still up significantly from this low. It's still up significantly from its all-time low, where it basically came onto the market more or less. So it's still actually up, but it looks like a very scary chart. We have big moves and big drops, and that's something to be aware of, definitely. I think what's happening with it now is that it's moved into a new phase. I'm not one for the fundamentals and the technology behind any of these coins, really. I trade them just on charts. There's very rarely do I go into anything on a fundamental basis. I go into it through chart and analysis. But to be honest, this doesn't look too bad after all. So let's have a look at what led to this move here. And I've not got the Satoshi chart up, but I remember the golden cross taking place on the sats first, which you're not going to get that this time because sats have been drained out of it completely. So you're not going to have the same setup on the sats. It's going to look very bearish on sats. So we're going simply on tether here. So we were being supported above most moving averages, and then when we finally did get above and confirmed to be above and supported above the 200 exponential and got our golden cross, then we launched. So what we are seeing here is that we're actually above that. We got our golden cross back here, and our moving averages, even though they're kind of going sideways and a little bit messy, they don't look all that bad. We could still be playing out a bullish scenario. Let's see if we can make heads or tails of this on any form of wick basis. And see if there's any kind of area to be breaking out of and why. I've not done this on Matic, so there's not really any formation to be had in this respect. There was a long-term trend line, I remember, because what happened with my Binance chart is that it got everything changed on Binance, so we broke out of that, so we're above that, so that's invalidated. So we do seem to have a resistance only and not a specific support area. So the support, we're going to have to go by this horizontal blue box territory, which we are above, which is good. So, and what we do have is a candle body that needs to be closed above here for continuation. This, if it were to continue with this horizontal pattern, with the lowest support being down here and the highest support being at 2 cent, should mean that the earliest we would break out of this, well, we could break out of this today. Just to put that out there, it's a trend line that needs to be broken, and if that trend line breaks, then we go for it. If we don't break out of it and we bump our heads above it, the longest it would ever go on for I have to extend this a little bit further. Could be all the way up to the September, which is a long time. The formation is not going to take that long. I think it's going to break out of there sooner. And actually, looking at it now, just going on the moving averages, you know, it's neither here nor there. It's almost 50-50, but I would give it. I would say that because we are getting closer to the top of this level than the bottom of this support, I think it's got more chance of breaking out and going for it. Now, when we talk about supports and resistances, again, my Binance chart has changed somewhat because I've moved on to the new system, but it's 27 cent is the area to break for Matic. And I'll show you the reasons why. So we'll put 20 cent to 32 cent, which is an enormous range, but there's a reason for it. 32 cent was here. So we'll do two support boxes. We'll do one here up to 30, and then it's 34 cent, where I would say is also a massive one. I'll just put a line for it there because that's like a line. So basically this is where we need to go and why. So when we made a parabolic move, the first time this ever happened, we came back down, and with the first time we came up, we were rejected from it there, rejected from it again. And then when we came up this last time, our candle body closes were beneath it, so essentially rejected from it, and again on these last moves here, rejected from it here. So 27 cent is the be all and end all for Matic. Being above there could cause huge continuation, but being below there is nothing out the usual, and actually one of the most obvious places to want to take profit if you're in at any point and in some profit. But breaking above there and being supported above there would be a good thing. And then we've got this line here, which is the 34 cent, I believe. Yeah, 34 cent. Now this is where I thought that, I mean, we took profit up here. Those are on my channel, on my Telegram chat. We took profit more or less at the very top here. So we were very lucky, because I remember waking up the next day and seeing this and just thinking, oh, TA works, thank God. But I did think that this would be the area that we bounced from, and you can see that there was a little stumbling block here where we did try and bounce from it, but then we were completely just demolished as a result of that. This basically would mean if we ever break above here, then there's a good chance we go crazy again. But these are big resistances for Matic. So we've got 27 cent is a big resistance. The top range of this area is not so bad. You know, 29 to 30 or so shouldn't have too much of an issue. And 34 cent will then start another big move. Now, if we ever came up above these moves and we did it a little slower, and we showed that these areas had turned to support, then it would gain a lot more value for Matic, because over time we would see all-time highs being taken out, no problem at all. Now this wasn't an all-time high, but it was an all-time high for a candle body close, which in my book counts for more. So actually, even though that this was the very top, you know, price it ever reached, this was a more sustainable, sizable area to want to take out. But again, we're still quite a way away. We need to break out of, first of all, this descending trend, make our way up to 27 cent and hopefully break above it, and then go up to 34 cent and stay above that. Each of these I would love to see turn to support on a daily before re-entering into anything. Just because it breaks 27 cent doesn't mean it's going to continue. We want to see it break above and then come down to retest it. That's the safest way to trade. Anyway, like I say, Matic, it's not all over. Matic looks like we've got a bit of a handle on it now. So there's something going on with it. So we'll keep an eye on it and see how it plays out from here. But again, you know, we're still a way off from seeing anything significant. On top of that, you know, just to let you know, Bitcoin to me looks like it's topped out for now. We have an upwards support and resistance trend that's been going on for a very long time. So you can see this basically we're rejected on this level all the way back here in 2017, in August 2017, and then we were supported here, rejected here, rejected here, rejected here, rejected here, supported, rejected, rejected, and possibly, quite likely, rejected from here. Now, there's a lot of momentum that's gone into this move in a really kind of unstable time financially for the entire market. So it would make sense for it to be rejected here, given what I've seen of this historical trend line. So it's just something to be aware of with Bitcoin. And if we get rejected with Bitcoin here, there is a strong chance that we come all the way down, not just to this support resistance box, but actually fill the CME gap and then bounce from there. We'll see how it plays out, but anyway, that's how I see this one, and that's how I see Matic. And I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy. Thanks for watching.